Benjamin Netanyahu has told Israeli negotiators to push for the release of all the remaining hostages in Gaza as part of ceasefire negotiations with Hamas. Hundreds of thousands of war-weary Palestinians are said to be displaced from Gaza City, with Israeli troops surrounding the area. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran reports from Jerusalem.
Israel is in the early stages of its total takeover of Gaza City, already encircling the area and seizing control of its outskirts. It is a major development and a dangerous one after 22 months of war, likely to displace hundreds of thousands of Palestinians in the process. It has been condemned by the international community and at home, with the military also voicing its concerns before yielding to the Netanyahu government to launch the mission anyway. And strikes have already begun in some suburbs of Gaza City, leading to a number of people being killed. Rallying in Gaza City, Palestinians have taken to the streets to demand Israel not only show restraint there, but to end the war altogether, with criticism also levelled at Hamas for allowing the crisis to get to this point. The danger for the soon-to-be displaced is clear in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, where an Israeli strike hit a tent city for those who'd fled from elsewhere, with fire ripping through the camp. It all comes as ceasefire and hostage negotiations between Israel and Hamas continue, mediated by Egypt and Qatar. In an interview with Sky News, Benjamin Netanyahu has said Israel is on the verge of bringing the war in Gaza to an end. That's a comment he's made a number of times, or a sentiment he's expressed a number of times over the last 18 months, and yet the war is still continuing. But he also added that Israel would be pressing ahead with its takeover of Gaza City, even as the prospect of a deal still looms.
Well, we're going to do that anyway. That was never a question, that we're not going to leave Hamas there. I think President Trump put it best. He says Hamas has to disappear from Gaza.
That's a comment likely directed at some members of his own cabinet, with the far-right finance minister Bezalel Smotrich again threatening to quit the government if a truce is agreed to. He's made that sort of threat before and never followed through, but it does give an insight into the pressures within the Netanyahu coalition on this issue, even though many would say that Benjamin Netanyahu himself is not inclined to accept any deal. That's something that the families of the remaining Israeli hostages fear. 50 still held captive in Gaza, 20 believed to still be alive.